Hey, Riker. This is your great aunt, Linda. And I'm going to read to you with the rest of my husband and my brother what Dumbos they are. Yay!
And food at the ballpark.
And then this is my honey bun Scott, your great uncle. Say hi.
Hi, Riker. And Bandit. And Uncle Randy.
Hi, Riker. Great Uncle Randy here.
Uncle Randy.
Yeah.
We're gonna read you a little story.
Yep, Dumbo. I always liked Dumbo. One night, a traveling circus elephant named Mrs. Jumbo was expecting the arrival of her baby. She watched as storks delivered baby kangaroos, hippos, tigers, but no one came with an elephant. Mrs. Jumbo wondered where her baby could be. The following morning, the circus crew packed up to get ready for their next stop. Everyone was eager to go, except Mrs. Jumbo. She worried that the stork wouldn't know how to find her. All aboard! That's the ringmaster shouted. Mrs. Jumbo had to get on the train. Soon all of these circus animals and crew were ready. Toot! Toot! The train whistle sounded and they were off. Just as Mrs. Jumbo settled down in the elephant's car, a stork peeked in. He had brought Mrs. Jumbo her baby at last. She, her son, smiled at each other for the first time. All of a sudden, the baby elephant sneezed. Mrs. Jumbo saw that he had big ears, longer than a normal adult elephant ears. The other elephants gasped. Then they started to laugh at the baby elephant. Mrs. Jumbo ignored them. She loved her new son just the way he was. Everyone began to call the baby Elephant Dumbo. At the next stop, he began to march in the parade with all the other performers and animals. Dumbo followed his mother and smiled at the crowd. Then he tripped over the droopy ears and fell into a puddle of mud. Splat! Everyone laughed at him. Mrs. Jumbo picked up her son and carried him the rest of the way. After the parade, Mrs. Jumbo was given her son a bath. When some boys walked by, look at his ears. One of them yelled. He yanked on one of Dumbo's ears, which scared the little elephant. Mrs. Jumbo was furious. With her trunk, she grabbed the boy by his shorts and lifted him into the air. The circus crew panicked. They tried to tie Mrs. Jumbo down, but she broke loose and ran away.
Did we read the whole story over there?
No. You read that page.
Later that day, the circus group captured Mrs. Jumbo and locked her in a wagon by herself. From then on, the other elephants ignored Dumbo. I wouldn't eat at the same bale of hay with him. One elephant said, and they all turned their backs on him. Dumbo felt so alone he didn't know what to do next. A mouse named Timothy had been watching Dumbo and went over to talk to the baby elephant. Timothy knew that Dumbo was worried about his big ears and wanted to cheer him up. I think your ears are beautiful, Timothy told Dumbo. Lots of people with big ears are famous. All we gotta do is build on and make you a star. Suddenly they overheard the ringmaster talking about a new act. A pyramid of elephants balancing on a single ball. The ringmaster didn't know how to end the act, but Timothy had an idea. Dumbo could jump from a seesaw up to the top of the pyramid. The ringmaster loved it.
Now it's Randy's turn.
Hey, Riker. Great Uncle Randy here going to do you some reading now. On the day of the show, the elephants were nervous, especially Dumbo. He kept tripping over his ears, so Timothy tied them back. During the act, Dumbo's ears came loose, and he tripped over them. Bang! Dumbo smashed into the pyramid, and all the elephants came crashing down. Dumbo had ruined the act. The elephant had gotten hurt, and they were angry with Dumbo. The next day, the ringmaster made Dumbo a clown. Being a clown made Dumbo sad. The other clowns teased him, and Dumbo felt lonelier than ever. Even his friend Timothy couldn't cheer him up. One night, Dumbo fell asleep and dreamed of flying through the air. When he woke up the next morning, he was up in a tree, and some crows were watching him. Timothy was with Dumbo in the tree, but neither of them remembered how they had gotten there. Maybe you flew up, one of the crows said. That's it, Timothy exclaimed. Dumbo, you flew. Your ears, your perfect wings. Dumbo didn't believe Timothy, but he agreed to try to fly again. One of the crows told Timothy to give Dumbo a feather and pretend that it was magic and could help the elephant fly. The plan worked, and soon Dumbo was soaring through the air. A while later, Dumbo flew back to the circus. Timothy told Dumbo to keep his flying a secret until that afternoon's performance. When it was time for the clown act, Dumbo climbed to the top of a burning house, and he always did. That he waited until the clown shouted for him to jump. Boy, are they in for a surprise, Timothy said. The mouse scurried up to Dumbo's hat. Dumbo jumped off the building, holding the magic feather with his trunk. As Dumbo fell toward the ground, the magic feather blew away. The elephant didn't know what to do. You can fly, honest you can, Timothy shouted as he and Dumbo began to fall. Just as they were about to hit the ground, Dumbo started to believe in himself. He flew upwards and then sped around the entire circus tent. The clowns were shocked, and the crowd clapped louder than they ever had before. Dumbo dived toward the clowns and sent them running. Then he did a lap loop-de-loop in midair. People cheered and pointed. You're making history, Timothy explained. Timothy was right. Dumbo became the most famous elephant in the world. Everyone wanted to see him fly. Timothy became Dumbo's manager, and the little elephant's mother was freed. Dumbo was happier than he ever thought he could be. He forgave everyone who had been unkind to him, for his heart was as big as his magical ears. The end, Riker. Enjoy.
Yay.
Merry Christmas.
Yay! Thanks, Riker. We love you.